Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are staying nice and cold and inside. Today is 100 degrees outside. We're down here in beautiful Mount Aranth, live from BMW Studios of Atlantic City, brought to you by
Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountants. They can be our public accountants. They can be your public accountants as well. You can visit them at 301 Oxford Valley Road in Yardley, PA. Call them at 215-369-3300.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Okay, so we are going to be talking about what you guys want to hear, and that is the Sixers. We're going to start off with a bang. I'm here with my co-host, Rob. How you doing, Rob,
What's
today?
up, man? What's going on?
Can't complain. I saw some good stuff on Twitter last night, some juicy stuff. Drake's new album just came out. That's been flooding my timeline. Not a huge Drake fan, but that's not the point. The point is the Sixers, the Philadelphia 76ers, and this fan base that crawled out of nowhere. It happens. But the Philadelphia 76ers started off a process 4 or 5 years ago, and the goal was to take them out of mediocrity, turn them into a star-studded team. And right now, it is looking very bleak, and I'm a little scared. And these people on Twitter are like, you know what? They're successful so far. We'll see where it goes. Is that all you have to say? They're successful so far. If they don't add a star to this team, they're gonna stay plateaued. Like Boston's going ahead, the Lakers will be better. The Golden State Warriors are gonna win anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the 76ers will stay. They'll stay right where they are. So, what's your opinion on that?
Right now, I like the direction the Sixers are going with. Like last year, you beat the Miami Heat in 5 games in the first round. That's the first postseason playoff series win in 6 years? Going back to 2012. From all them awful teams we saw at the Wells Fargo Center, all them 10 to 20 win teams we saw at the Wells Fargo Center. It was awful. It was horrible. And when you win a postseason series and give the Celtics the run you gave them, I know it could have been better. You know it could have been better. I know it could have been better. Yeah. But you give them that run like that, and you're good with this young of a team the way they have. I like what they have in the long. I like what they have in the long run. But do I think right now that they're going to win a championship with what they have? No, I don't. And that's what you play to win the game here for. So I think moving forward, it does look good. I think it looks like something can happen in the long run, but I do think they need another piece.
No, like you said, it looks promising in the long run, but you look at the stars out there right now. You have Kawhi Leonard, you have Paul George, you have LeBron James, you have McCollum in Portland, who's not really an all-star in my opinion. He's a good piece, but he's not an all-star. But then you look at these all-stars that you won on this team, and then if you don't get Kawhi Leonard, you're not getting LeBron, and you're not getting Paul George. They're both going to go to the Lakers. Or, I'll tell you this right now, if Kawhi Leonard options to stay in San Antonio,
I don't see that happening.
LeBron will stay 1 more year in Cleveland. He'll sign a 1-year max deal. Well, not a max deal, but he'll sign a 1-year max, whatever you want to call it, max value contract. And he'll wait for Kawhi to be a free agent. Then they'll all go to L.A. as one, create a super team, win a couple more titles out there, and then LeBron will retire and we'll be stuck with nothing. So, as a Sixers fan, I am panicking just a little bit because I was for the process. I'm not going to lie to you. I told him like multiple times yearly. I was for the process. But you know what? A process only works if what you set it up for the future comes into play. And nothing's coming into play right now. Like, we have the same team that, it's a project. You have Joel Embiid, superstar. He's our team player. He's the best player on our team. All right, you have Ben Simmons, who can be a great player, but he can't shoot worth a lick right now. You have Markelle Fultz, who's a project, who looked absolutely scared in the playoffs. You have Darius Arch, who's a pure six-man. That's all he is. And you have Robert Covington, that sometimes he has flashes, but then he just falls down to like a D-League type player. So this team is very hard to figure out, but you do need that superstar. That's what the process was set up for. And if you don't get that superstar, it's a massive, massive, colossal failure.
I think like in the long run, you need another piece. Markelle Fultz, I think he might turn into something big. Taking number 1 overall the way he was, I think he'll turn into something big. But he's got to show more, obviously. And 1 year he was really he was hurt most of the year. I want to see what he can do healthy.
Right.
Give him a chance to see what he can do healthy, and then show me. Right now, you got Sarich. They can. He's a good sixth man, I'd say. I don't know if he's a starter as a power forward. He can turn it on, though. But then the rest, Covington, I can't stand, really. He's nothing more than a guy that's going to come off the bench. And then there's, And then there's,
Yeah, it's...
McConnell can't average more than 5 points per game,
and I want to talk about the fans for a little bit because I saw some things on Twitter that I have to bring up. And I know you're going to say it's Twitter, who cares, whatever. But no, sometimes fans' opinions matter. And, there's some fans saying that they would not trade Darius Sarich in a deal to get Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. I saw a trade last night that was like Darius Sarich, our 2021 Miami pick that we just got, and Robert Covington for Kawhi Leonard. You do that in a fucking heartbeat.
I would do that quickly.
Yeah, you do that
very quickly.
You do that in a heartbeat. And these fans are like, you do not give up Darius Sarich under any circumstances. I'm like, Darius Sarich, you don't give up.
You don't even know if Darius Sarich can be a starter.
Not only that, this guy's never going to be even anywhere close at the skill level of Kawhi Leonard. Not even close. Kawhi Leonard's a top 3 player. All right, you have LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. Who's after him?
Nobody.
Exactly. He's a top 3 player. Darius Sarich is probably what, top 50?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like,
he ain't no all-star. Kawhi Leonard's an all-star.
It's common sense, people. Come on. Like, I'm not trying to get mad at the fan base, but damn, you guys are fucking frustrating sometimes, man. Like, you do that trade in a fucking heartbeat. The only part of that trade that would scare me is the 2021 draft pick, because I know that's when high schoolers are able to come into the NBA and not go to college, and that's when LeBron James's kid might actually come up. But at the same time,
and Shaquille O'Neal's kid going to come up at around the same time too.
Yeah, and but at that time, I don't think we're playing for the draft anyway. I feel like we're going to be one of the marquee teams in the league. So I'd give up that draft
pick. That's what I'm saying. Right now, Sixers are what, a top 3 team in the Eastern. So
easy.
They're a top 6 team in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And to think how young this team is, how this team can get better. You're talking 2021. You're talking 3 years from now.
Yeah.
We might have a title by then. I mean, it's not too unrealistic to think here.
Yeah.
So by then, we're just going to be, who knows how we're going to be.
Well, at this point, we need to be thinking championships, not just playoffs.
Yeah.
Because, we do have a good foundation. We have actually a great foundation. Unfortunately, we lost to a B team, Boston Celtics team, which pissed me off. But, down the road, this foundation could set up you for great talent, and we're not getting any of that talent right now on paper. So it's a little bit frightening, but at the same time, I think we will pull something off. I hope LeBron James, one of my favorite players of all time, sucks it up, comes here, puts his kid in a Philadelphia school, just wins multiple championships here. We thank him, and then everything moves on, and then we
right now, if the Sixers get LeBron James, or even I even think if they get Kawhi Leonard, because Leonard's a power forward.
Yeah,
that's your missing piece right there.
Right.
That's if they get Kawhi Leonard or LeBron James, the Sixers are going to go from.
It's lockdown.
They go from being a semi NBA Finals competing team to a NBA final team that's going to go to the finals.
Easily, because Kawhi Leonard's
possibly even win it.
Kawhi Leonard's one of the best defenders in the game. LeBron James is one of the best defenders in the game. They both can shoot the ball. You have Joel Embiid down low. He doesn't have to come up top anymore. That's his pure position, and he dominate there. This would be a blessing in disguise, and we'd win multiple championships, if not three. We'd win three in a row.
We might end up with a dynasty here.
Yeah,
the way that I don't know if I want to call the Warriors a dynasty, but the way the Lakers did it, the way the Spurs have done it, Sixers. They could end up being one of them teams.
I'll say this: the Warriors are a dynasty, but in the wrong way. I feel like when you build through the draft and you create a 73-win team and you lose to a team that's not as talented as you in 7 games, and then you add the top 3 player in the league. I don't see that as a dynasty, but at the same time, I don't respect it. Yeah, you said the word. And, but it is a dynasty. It is a dynasty at the end of the day, and, it is what it is. But we have some YouTube questions right here. Jacob Bloss says, if we don't get Kawhi, then trading Mikal Bridges was a terrible move. To be honest with you, well, he's a Villanova fan, so he has that little bit of fan bias, I guess you would call it. But Mikal Bridges, to me, is just a guy.
I gotta learn this guy that they drafted 16th overall from the Suns a little bit better.
Smith, right?
Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta learn him a little bit better. But I know how Mikal Bridges is. I know how he plays. I know what a fit he would have been. But the Smith guy from the Suns, I got to learn a little bit more about before.
Yeah, Jair Smith, very athletic guy. I mean, a lot of people said that Smith had a lot of upside more than Bridges, because I know Smith is only 19 and Mikal, I believe, is like 21.
Well, Mikal's two-time NBA or two-time national champion,
absolutely,
and has a little bit more college basketball experience under his belt. I mean, that'd be the only comparison, really.
And especially with Smith. I know he kind of bursted onto the scene out of nowhere. Everybody was talking, especially in the Big 12 talk. Everybody was talking about, Trae Young, and Kansas. That was basically all talk for Big 12 basketball. But Smith exploding onto the scene, Texas Tech having one of their best seasons in years, probably since the Bobby Knight era. And adding more onto that, especially on how he played during the NCAA tournament, a lot of people took note on what Smith can do, and he became a top prospect. So I like to see a little bit more out of Smith. We'll see during Summer League if he stays put on this team, if anything happens from this point on involving our good old friend LeBron James and leading up to if we keep on star hunting. So
well, yeah, but that brings up my point. In my opinion, Mikal Bridges is just a guy. Like, I mean, I view the Sixers made that trade to get that pick in 2021, and I feel like they just want to luck out with Jair Smith. I don't think they're really expecting anything from him. I'm just thinking that if they luck out, we got a good player. But at the same time, I really thought they looked at that pick as a pawn that they could use in a trade. And I feel like the San Antonio Spurs are in a rebuild anyway, so they could really use that pick.
Yeah, they're on the cusp of it. I know when Ginobili and Parker finally retire, which will probably be another 25 extra years, but the Spurs are ready for a rebuild. They're ready to trade away their veterans. We don't know about the case with LaMarcus Aldridge, so that could be up for grabs as well. And going over onto the Facebook chat, we got our good friend David Roscoe. What's up? James Wilder from Winnipeg, what's going on?
What's up, Winnipeg?
Ooh. And Ralph Delavecchio, LeBron to L.A., baby.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
He's a Lakers fan, right?
He's probably a Laker fan.
He is a Lakers fan.
He's been waiting a long time. I mean, he's been waiting a long time just like we have.
Well, they're trying to rebuild, too, just like the Sixers, but they're not there yet.
They're fucking – yeah, but the thing is, what pisses me off about that? The Lakers look like they're going to succeed when the Sixers are going to be left with what we have. And that's what sucks about it. But Magic Johnson, he's just a great GM. So, I mean.
And then Greg Malakovic answering the poll question. No, they aren't screwed. They won 52 games this past season. Can't be screwed keeping the young nucleus together and continue to improve together. We got Joey Tadaro saying, Kyle!
What's up?
And then we got Mike Chromiak. Hey, fellas. If we don't get LeBron and or Kawhi, no big deal. On to plan B, he just doesn't think they'll stick to what they have. He could see Tyreek Evans or Jabari Parker, which could be completely fine with. They are far from screwed. Then we got Jaron Rogers saying, y'all have no clue if Kawhi is even staying past next season, so quit. Then Wilder goes, Kawhi is a rental for 1 year, then he won't resign, then he'll probably go to L.A. That's his reservations on him. He's a diva. And he wants L.A. Divas aren't happy till they get what they want. Then we got good old Doug Zeke saying, nope, hashtag trust the kids. Also saying the first season together, 150-plus games. It's only going to get better.
Wait, so let me ask Facebook out there. You guys wouldn't trade Dario Saric as a piece to get Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard would re-sign here. He wouldn't move, in my opinion. I don't think he'd leave Philadelphia to go to L.A. when he's comfortable here. I mean, he could. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think he'd do that, because we have a good nucleus, and we're in the Eastern Conference. They're in the Western Conference. It's a completely different ballgame out there. All you got to do is win one series, the NBA Finals, as an Eastern Conference team against a Western Conference team. You don't have to go through that gauntlet of the Western Conference. So I think that plays a key part. But, you know, you do bring up a good point. Whoever said that on Facebook.
Golden State almost couldn't get it done this year because of that.
Yeah, exactly. They
struggled to get there.
You know how they got to the NBA Finals? Because Chris Paul went down. If Chris Paul didn't go down, Houston Rockets would have won.
He went down when they were
Game 6.
Game 6 when they were down 3-2.
Yep. They would have not have
up
made
3-2, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Jacob Bloss on YouTube says, I take the risk with Kawhi, to be honest. I'm not waiting another year for a superstar. You got your head on right.
You got it.
Yep, you do. And, you know, it's just, you know, fans will have different opinions. I'm not going to go against the fans and say, hey, fuck you. I'm not like that, all right? You guys have an opinion just like I do. But the problem with your guys' opinion is that you're not seeing where I'm coming from, and I'm saying that we need a superstar this year. We can't sit back and wait another year. This process is reaching 6 years old, all right? Now, I was fine with it at 4, all right? But when it reaches 6 years old, that's past the midlife that's past the midlife point of a puppy or a dog. Like, I mean, you have to move on eventually. Exactly. You know, you have to move on eventually. Like, a process can only go so long. I mean, people are.
But are we still in the process though?
In my opinion, no. I mean, the process, in my opinion, was done when we won a playoff round. When we won a playoff round.
That's what I'm saying. It was done when they beat the Miami Heat in 5 games.
Yeah.
Because they made that, you know, they made that as an 8th seed, that miracle run or they almost beat the Celtics in the second round that 1 year.
Yeah, because Derrick Rose got hurt.
Yeah, and even if Rose, you really have to wonder if he was healthy that series, had that would have happened.
Yeah.
And then they tried to go for it and traded their best player, Iguodala, for Andrew Bynum. You know, that fell completely on their face big time. And then once they realized they fucked up, you had to rebuild at that point. There was no other way around it.
Yeah.
They were just trying to, post-Iverson years, they were like trying to be mediocre, and it had to happen.
Yeah, it definitely had to happen. You know what? The mediocrity it settled in.
They were not going to go nowhere with that current core roster.
Like, I was excited when they got Bynum, but he never did anything.
Oh, man. Andrew Bynum. I want to forget that.
I can't forget. I saw him on South Street. The guy's tall. Like, fucking big. Like, but I don't know why he's just lazy. But I guess I don't know. Like, it just sucks because the Sixers. I love the Sixers. Like, I mean, I grew up an AI fan. You know, the first series I ever watched, believe it or not, was the Milwaukee Bucks Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was probably fucking.
Sounds like the '80s or something.
Yeah, it sounds a long time ago. It was 2000.
But
2000 series. It was actually 2001.
2001. No, that series.
Yeah, where he stepped over Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought you were referring to the other Bucks Sixers series in the late '80s and all that.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I just went back to the glory days because right now we're still worshiping a player that hasn't been there 10 years ago. So,
yeah,
you know, I guess we'll see. I mean, we have some more questions. You can't predict that Fultz will come back to #1 pick status. And, hey, I said that. You know,
he can't, but then he's also, you know, he was hurt last year.
Yeah.
He was hurt. He was trying to figure out how to shoot better or some crazy shit like that. You know, give him a full off season in the NBA, you know, and some time to heal. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, but the problem with that is Markelle Fultz actually looked half decent at the end of the year, and then right when he played the Miami Heat, he looked like he didn't even want to be long in the NBA. Like he looked scared.
That's because you're going on the bright lights of the playoff stage against some of the greats.
Yeah, but
going up against the Wayne Wade and shit. I get the Miami Heat aren't what they were, say 3-4 years ago or whatever, but you know, with Wade just there now, but. You're under the bright lights of this playoff stage.
No, and I understand that. I get what you're saying 100%, but you're playing the Miami Heat, a team that's far less superior than your team, and you're at home.
Yeah.
You know, you're off the bench. You're not expected to do much, and there you are just airballing bricks after bricks after bricks, and that's not even being scared. That's just being bad. That's not good. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, this guy scares the shit out of me. So, I mean, I hope that Boston didn't fleece us, but they always fleece everybody. So, I guess we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I gotta see more how this goes before you start calling that you know, what you want to call it, a bust or whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is, Boston didn't even want Markelle Fultz. They wanted Tatum the whole time.
And they got him.
At 3.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we played a game of poker with them, which we never do, if we played a good game of poker with them, we would have got our way, and we would have been able to stay at our position and draft our guy.
Oh yeah.
But they're kings. They should be in the World Series of Poker every single fucking year. 'Cause that's what they do.
Always making the
they
best
do.
moves too.
Yeah. They're great chess players. I mean, I
Oh,
wish
yeah.
we had a GM like Danny Ainge. Fucking crazy.
Can't seem to get that either. He's
No.
fucking.
No, you
You
can't.
had
Yeah.
Colangelo and his bullshit.
Fuck Colangelo.
No one really seemed to know what Hinkie was doing, until it became apparent what he was doing. Then everybody in the NBA hated him for it. But
Colangelo was never a good GM. I think I brought this up last.
I never really cared for him either.
No, I brought this up last week too. People were like, "Oh, he made some good moves." No, the moves that he made,
What did he do?
it was common sense moves. Like he signed Marco Bellinelli in free agency. I think he signed what's his face, Ilyasova
Ilyasova.
back from the Atlanta Hawks, who we
Yeah.
already had to begin with. So that was kind of easy.
Yeah.
And then you sign J.J. Redick to a 1-year, $25 million deal, and the guy was just looking for money at that piece, so he just threw money at him. It's
And
not
he got
that
it. He got it.
Yeah, like all you have to do is shoot 3-pointers, and he couldn't even do that in the playoffs. So I mean,
I liked
I don't
Redick
know.
though. I hope they find a way to bring him back.
I'll bring him back, not for that much.
I don't
though.
know if it'd be for $25 million,
No.
and I think the next GM, whoever it may be, I don't think he'll bring him back for $25 million. So I think it may be 15 or something.
Well-
Maybe he'll take a discount. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, right now the GM is actually Brett Brown. Like
Yeah.
He's
he's
calling the shots.
he's GM right
Yeah.
now. So I mean, this could get interesting. He said he's going to he's going start hunting. He has a good relationship with Greg Popovich, so I hope he works his magic. I just hope it works out. I really
Alright.
do.
So we got some more over on Facebook, over in one of the groups that I posted to.
Mhm.
We got Todd DeGlows saying, in his opinion, no, they can bring back the core with JJ and Fultz. Basically, the wild card, they can easily improve on the 52 wins. And then we got Pat Capone with a nice, lovely novel. He agrees with Todd's comment. Continue the process. JoJo and Ben and Dario continue to improve, and you're adding the first overall pick, and that's a huge addition. People act like it's no big deal. Fultz will be a stud. Mark his words. He wants Kawhi now because he feels like if they land Kawhi in the next few days, then LeBron comes the next minute, and then he convinces Kawhi to sign an extension. If not, though, you add Fultz into the mix and hope Ben develops his jump shot, and you wait until next offseason, or you hope you can make a move for somebody else. They don't need Kemba Walker, but teams make guys like that available for trade a lot, so something will pop up. And we have Bruce Latimer saying that he will give up Dario 10 out of 10 times to get Leonard. He won't leave after he has shown love here by the Philly fans. Leonard is greater than Saric in
far.
every way.
He is.
Yep.
He is.
who was the guy that said he thinks Markel Fultz will be a stud?
Pat Capone.
All right, Pat Capone. So we're gonna take thinks into account that maybe it may not work out. Like, do you know he's gonna be good, or do you think he's gonna be good? Because from what you just told me, that's your fandom speaking. You think he's gonna be a stud, where I don't think he's going to be a stud. So that's a little worrisome when it comes to, I don't know if you're. I just don't know. Like, I mean, these are the fans I'm talking about. You're probably a great guy, all right, but you can't go with I think. You can't compare I think and I know, because if you knew he was going to be good, you keep him. But if you think he's going to be good, you can use him for a piece for a bona fide all-star, a guy that's been in the all-star game, a top 3 player in the league, a guy that could shut down stars like Kevin Durant. Like, you can get this guy today, trading away Markel Fultz, trading away Dario Saric, trading away that pick we got at the Miami Heat. You could trade away all these things for a guaranteed player who wants to be on a team that could win a championship.
I think I saw something the other day. Didn't they want the Miami 2021 first-round pick, Saric and Covington?
Rocco. Yeah.
I would do that
Yeah, exactly.
any day, 7 days a week.
Problem with that is that's not enough to get Kawhi Leonard.
It's not. And I know the
saw
Spurs
that,
want
I
more.
saw that, and I was like, yeah, that's got to be too good to be true.
Yep.
Because I would do that deal any day.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Not enough. You'd need to add someone like Markel Fultz.
Or get another team involved, because I've been like running trades throughout the entire week of like potential ways to get Kawhi or LeBron, and even with they don't even have the draft picks up here, so
Maybe
I'm like doing
maybe
with
next
players.
year's first-round pick.
Do we have one?
I think we do.
I believe next year. I know we have the Sacramento pick.
I don't think we do
I don't,
anymore.
the Sacramento pick, I
No,
don't think
we don't have it
because
anymore.
they gave it up in
That's
the,
right. We did.
We
give up
don't
the
have it
Sacramento
anymore.
Pick.
Yeah.
in the
completely
Markel
I
Fultz,
completely-
Jason Tatum swap or whatever. But
I
they have a
completely
first-round pick. I think
yeah,
it'll
we
just be
do.
later on.
It would be like in the 20s.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's getting a little fishy here. I really am. This is why this had to be our first topic today, because I had to get it off my chest because I'm a little worried. Just a little
It's
bit.
a little worrisome, but honestly, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Stop it, Ralph.
What's he saying?
Kawhi, Paul George, and LeBron all in a Laker uniform.
Huh.
Let's do it.
The only thing I'll
Shut
say.
him
All right.
up.
All right. So,
Shut
all right.
him
All right.
up.
So Ralph. Okay, I hate that. You're probably a nice guy, but I hate that what you just said. But you know what? If he goes there, at least he's not in the Eastern Conference. All right, I will give him that. But we still have to deal with Boston, who will probably end up getting a superstar.
Yeah, but then we don't get either one of them guys. It's not good.
No, we need to get at least one of them.
Yeah.
We need to get Paul George. If Paul George comes to this team, I'd be happy.
Paul George, what did he do in the Olympics or whatever?
Paul George was
What injury did he get in the
Ooh,
Olympics?
it was like a
He had like a fracture or something.
yeah.
Broke his leg or something?
Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
It
If you
looked-
brought
Yeah,
that
I
up on
remember
YouTube, you could see
that.
it snapped like.
It looked
Yeah.
like
Pretty bad.
the Kevin Ware injury from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That's
ain't
what
been
I
he
heard.
ain't been the same since Paul George.
Actually, to be honest, dude, his shot has been pretty dynamite. Like you see him last year on OKC. I know a lot of people didn't think he was that good.
But
on
what I'm
OK
saying by that is, Russell Westbrook was the star of that team.
I hate Russell Westbrook so much.
Yeah.
I don't like Russell Westbrook. I think he's a ball hog. I think he's a me guy, and I don't know. I just don't think he's a great teammate.
I didn't feel. My bad.
I
didn't
just
feel
managed
ba-
to
I
pull
didn't
off a
feel ba-
successful trade in the trade machine. Finally.
What'd you do?
I did it with the Spurs. It was Kawhi Leonard and the Patty Mills contract in exchange for Rocco, Jared Bayless, Markel, Furkan Korkmaz, and Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot.
Okay.
And I pulled it off, and surprisingly,
I'm good on our side, but are the Spurs good on their side?
yeah, it's good on their side as well.
Patty Mills and Kawhi?
Patty and Kawhi.
Huh. Okay. No, I'm good with that trade.
Yeah.
Definitely. I didn't. None of those names, all those names that you mentioned on the Sixers side, I'd be all right with trading.
Yeah.
Like I really would.
Because I know TLC was a name everybody was bringing around. I know Korkmaz was another one. I know people wanted to figure out a way to get rid of the Jared Bayless contract. So that's what I saw.
Right. No, it's a good thought, but like I said, got to pull something off. You definitely got to pull something off because it's either LeBron. Right now, it's either LeBron's going to L.A. or he's going back to Cleveland. That's what it is. You need to show LeBron, number one, that you really want him here. Number two, you got to welcome him to open arms. And let me tell you something. If LeBron comes here, Joel Embiid needs to know that this will be LeBron James's team. He needs to step down. He needs to be a teammate. And I don't know Joel Embiid
Kind
enough.
of keep it hush hush
Yeah.
with the talk. I mean, he's a funny guy, but kind of keep a lot of it hush hush.
Yeah. No, I love Joel Embiid. I love his personality. But the thing is if you get LeBron James
He's
here,
got to realize that it's going to be if LeBron comes here, it's his team.
it's his team. You got to let him work.
And I think he even said it with Cleveland. That's why honestly, that's probably why Kyrie wanted out.
Yeah.
Because
Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, because if you win, you hear about how great LeBron is. That LeBron's this, that. He's a winner. He's this, and then if they lose, everybody else gets the blame, and LeBron doesn't get the blame. Kyrie probably got sick of that and said, "Oh, I want the fuck out of here." Is probably what happened.
Kyrie wants to be his own guy. You see him in movies now. You see him all over the
Drew.
Uncle Drew.
I saw that Thursday.
Yeah, it was good.
It was all right.
It was all right.
I mean, it had funny moments.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to be all over the place
Yeah.
now. He wants to be out of LeBron James' shadow. And I saw something that could have LeBron going to Boston. And if LeBron James went to Boston, Kyrie Irving would request a trade like crazy quick.
I don't think he'd want that again.
No, there's no way. Like, he'd want to go to the Knicks or anywhere else. Like, he would get out of that shadow quick as possible. So, I mean, it's NBA offseason's crazy. It really is. You got
Maybe we take him on the Sixers, possibly.
Kyrie?
Yeah.
Who would you replace him with?
Maybe Fultz and McConnell for Kyrie.
Fultz and McConnell for Kyrie.
I'll try that trade out.
Well, Boston would end up with Fultz and Tatum on the same team from the draft. I don't like Kyrie Irving's defense. I think it's horrible.
He's a very good shooter.
His handles are good. Handles are very good. His shooting's good. It's clutch. I don't know. He seems kind of like an A- player to me, not that A+ player. And you need that plus. So, maybe. I don't know. But all I know is we definitely need a superstar on this team or else we are fucked. That's exactly what I think. Because Boston would own our souls for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
and I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Don't want that.
And I don't think anybody wants that.
Nope.
Want that at all.
Nope, not at all.
And over on Facebook, we got a lot of yapping between James Wilder and Ralph Dellavecchio.
Yay.
Good old Mr. Dellavecchio arguing about.
He's on the fix, right?
Yes, he's with me on the fix.
Sweet.
And we have to put up with the Lakers fandom every week. So
Big fan, Ralph.
Oh, God.
And then we also got Mark Hood replying to one of James's comments saying LaFraud is a diva, Kawhi is official.
Okay. I personally think they're the same person. I mean, diva-wise. I think, unfortunately, I feel like there's some hatred and biasm towards LeBron James that people don't want him here because they don't like him. But can you just put that aside for like 2 seconds and realize what he can do for our team? Like, yeah, you might not like him. You might think MJ's better than him at all costs, even though I think LeBron James is obviously the better player. But, you know, you got to put it aside for like 2 seconds and realize that this guy will help us win a championship. Like, put your pride aside and realize this. Like, is it really that hard to understand? This guy is a superstar. He's top 3 player of all time if you want to put him there. I think he's the best. But if realistically, top 3 player of all time. You know, put him on your team, get a couple championships. Doesn't matter if you like him or not. Accept it, move on. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, is it really that fucking hard to not understand? This guy will help you win. And that's what you want. You want to turn into a dynasty, you need to get the best. You need to, like I say, you need to spend. You need to trade. You have to. That's the business. So
'cause that's how you get ahead. If they're just going to sit here the whole time. But this was my I was never really high on Hinkie, and he knows this because I didn't feel as if he would do enough to get ahead. But yet here they are sitting here. You have to get ahead.
Yep. Yeah.
You have to get ahead. And if you just sit there and stand there with a thumb up your ass the whole time, you know, and not try to get ahead, you're not going to get very far. Especially in the NBA, where it's only like it's been the same NBA Finals matchup for the last 4 years. It's been the Celtics have been in the Eastern Conference Finals for I think 3 years straight. I think the Rockets I think 2 or 3 years straight have been in the Western Conference Finals or something like that. You know, it's the same couple teams every year that are championship contenders.
Yeah.
You know, especially in a league like this, you stand there with a thumb up your ass and not try to get ahead, not try to make a play for Kawhi, not try to make a play for LeBron, not try to make a play for the next biggest star. You're not going to get very far. It's just the way it is.
You're not. And the fucked up.
Do I agree with the whole super team dilemma and not doing it? And doing it that way. I never agreed with it at all. But you kind of have to get ahead doing it that way.
Yeah, but that's what the league is now. You know, you might not.
Well, that's what it's turned into. Yeah.
So you have to turn into that just to get ahead. And personally, I kind of like the super team. I think it's fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I loved watching the Miami Heat. I thought that was awesome to watch. Now the Golden State to me is a bit too much. Like adding a top 3 player to your team that's already stacked. Like I think that's a little bit too much. That series wasn't even fun to watch. The Miami Heat versus the San Antonio Spurs of 2012, 2013. That was a fun series to watch. That went 7 games, and that's when Ray Allen hit the three to save the series, and that to me was fun to watch. But you have to now match your roster with the Golden State Warriors because that's what the NBA needs to turn into. Yep. Where the best team from the Eastern Conference faces off against the best team from the Western Conference, and it goes 7 games. You need to match your team up with that team, or else it's going to be another Golden State Warriors Finals victory. And they're trying to do their best, but we will see what happens.
Yep.
You have anything to say about that, Frank?
I mean, I basically agree with you guys. We're talking about. Been just keeping an eye on the Facebook and the YouTube comments. I know YouTube is flying all over the place, talking about potential landing spots for the free agencies. And then we got another comment on Facebook from Stephen Denby saying, "No way. Why would we be? We have some very good young talent. This would give them another year to mature and grow as players. We are definitely going in the right direction. Hashtag Sixers Nation. Hashtag trust the process. Muscle emoji basketball."
Muscle emoji basketball. By the way, what was the poll question? I forgot.
The poll question is, are the Philadelphia 76ers screwed if they stay put this offseason? And the answer's yes or no.
Yes.
Are they? Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. What do you think?
Like I said, you got to get ahead. You got to take that next step ahead.
I mean, if Brett Brown's star hunting philosophy manages to pay off, I mean, of course we're going to be – well, I'm not going to say we're going to be completely screwed. I don't think we're going to drop off from 52 wins to, like, 10 wins. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think we're completely screwed. I just think maybe the star hunting just did not work out. But
you know what?
We'll see.
I go back to that Boston series. Like, versus Miami Heat, we beat them in 5 games. All right? Fine, whatever. We go to that Boston series. I'm talking to him before the series even starts because I look at both teams on paper, and I'm like, I think we could win the series in 4 games because there's nothing on Boston's team that scares me and matches up with us.
Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Yes.
I said Sixers would win in 6 games.
Yeah, I said 4. I actually said 5, but I thought 4 personally.
I thought it'd be in front of the home crowd.
And then all of a sudden, their B team is dominating us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I mean, it was so disappointing.
Absolutely. And I think we made some crucial mistakes in a couple of those games where it could have been our game. It could have been a 7-game series, but I just think that Brad Stevens does his Brad Stevens magic and outcoach us all. He knows what to do with teams that are underwhelming, and he turns them into something unrecognizable. Take a look at the Butler teams from the NCAA tournament. Your typical mid-major average team, 8-9 seed at best, made it back to back-to-back finals. So, I mean, a lot of that went with Brad Stevens on how he made the adjustments for the team. But, I mean,
yeah, but see, this is how
it's tough with this Boston team.
See, to me though, this is why I feel we really need to get something done, because that series to me was just such an embarrassment. Like, I mean, even Las Vegas, all right? I'm huge into, like, the betting odds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Sixers were favored in game 1, 5.5 points on the road. The second game, they're favored 4.5 points on the road. They come home, they're favored by 10 points. They lose all 3 of those games, all right? The series odds for that series, with Boston being up 3-0, I may mind you, Boston was only favored 8-1 to win that series. That's how Vegas thought about that Boston team, and that's how embarrassing it is that we lost to that team.
Well, I think a lot of the Sixers' flaws that we thought about coming into the year and even early in the year, a lot of the flaws, the postseason experience, how their youth, a lot of young mistakes made, particularly at the end of that Game 3, were made. A lot of the down-the-stretch kind of moments. That series was where you really started to see a lot of the flaws, a lot of the inexperience, a lot of the youth mistakes. You really started to see a lot of the flaws and a lot of the poor play started to come out in that series against a Celtics team that has been at this point before in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Yep. And and then another point that I'm just going to bring up off of that. I mean, that Cleveland team was horrible. It was awful.
Oh,
and
without
they stood
LeBron, they're a joke.
They lost to us like a couple weeks before in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, they lost to us. And then Cleveland goes into Boston's house and wins in Game 7. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know.
Trouble beating the Pacers.
Exactly. Like, how did Boston beat us in 5 games? Yeah. I still don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I thought we were going to come back and win in 7. I thought Boston's team was not on our level. And
they had to earn it in that Game 5.
We were up by 10 points.
Yeah, late.
Like, what else did we have to do? Like, it's crazy. You have people like Terry Rozier.
Terry.
Yeah,
Jeez.
beating us. You have people like, who's that, the white guy with the man bun?
Aaron Baines?
Aaron Baines. People like him, like, just showing us up. It made no sense to me, and it's like disgusting to think about.
Yeah.
Like, I knew we weren't going to win the finals, but we could have put up a fight against Golden State.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, come on.
And then back on Facebook, Mike Parker answering the question. Sixers aren't screwed if they don't get a guy. Just don't expect them to go past where they were at last year. If they want a title, yes, we need a guy just to compete with the Warriors.
Yep, and it says right here that the Sixers are rumored to be interested in Jabari Parker.
Thanks, Pootie.
Yep, Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
That's who did the Sixers ended up taking that draft? Embiid?
Yeah, it was the Embiid draft.
Was that draft?
Yeah,
Pick number 3, yeah.
Yeah, it was Wiggins, then Parker.
Parker, for needs purposes, is who I originally wanted.
Embiid's the best player in that draft.
I thought we were going to go for Wiggins. I thought we were going to trade up for Wiggins.
Glad we didn't.
I thought it was for Wiggins or Parker.
Yeah.
I just didn't like Embiid's health at the time, and even more so now.
But he
played a whole year last year, not really missing much. So
he proved us wrong with that pick.
Yep.
I mean, and I thought,
Very
maybe
wrong.
if we didn't get Wiggins or Parker, we don't know about Embiid at the time. And I'm like, let's get a Dante Exum.
Yeah.
He's playing pretty well in Utah, ain't he?
Yeah, I think.
He's not Embiid, though.
Yeah, he's not Embiid. I know everybody was excited. It was like, yeah, Dante Exum. Wow, a really good Australian player that's not named Ben Simmons.
Yeah. And then you have Ben Simmons going out with what's her name, Kendall Jenner.
One of them.
Tanashi.
Yeah, Tanashi, whatever.
Dude,
I don't even know. Like, it just, you guys, this guy needs to be focused on his shot. He's focused on dating a Kardashian. I don't. It's just fucking. I don't. I don't know. It's
that
just
family
bullshit.
just needs to go away.
They do. They ruin people's lives. It's obvious, and they still go after it. Whatever. I don't even care. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna move on from the Sixers talk. We'll probably end up going back to it at any point in the show. If you want to put in some questions, you do it. We've been talking about this topic for 45 minutes because.
Yeah, I was about to say, it really been that long. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've been.
Because it's a big one.
It's the big topic. I know we're in the middle of NBA free agency. Everybody's just like, all right, what's going to happen? And everybody's anticipating some news. So it's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with LeBron? What's going to happen with Kawhi? What's going to happen with Paul George?
Yep.
So it's going to be a very interesting, week or two about free agency talks. So
big time. I can't wait. Like, honestly, I'm excited for it, and then I'm not excited for it because if we don't get anybody, we're fucking screwed. I'm sorry.
Like I said, you got to take that next step.
Yeah, you definitely do. And
the process is over with.
The process is over if you need to.
Now you got to take that next step.
Exactly.
Now they're at the point to where, okay, how do I make this into an NBA championship contending team?
Exactly. All right. On to the next topic. Phillies grade so far, halfway point of the season. You start with this.
All right. So, for those that don't know, he's not a Phillies fan.
Nope.
He's a Yankees fan. And they played the Yankees this series. And, you know, if you watched all 3 games the way I did and was at the first game, that's how they stack up against a World Series contending team. The Yankees were 1 win away from the World Series last year, and they upgraded from that team.
Yeah.
So I definitely call them a World Series contending team. You know, look, the second game, the first game, it just looked like the Yankees had more hitters.
Right.
And they did, and they do. The second game, dude, they are getting so outmanaged. They're getting out-hit. They're getting out-coached pretty badly. You know, I'm not even going to talk about the crowd. I knew the Yankees were going to have a good, crowd attendance there. I wouldn't go as far as saying
they outdid them.
I'd say maybe 30% Yankee fans, 25% Yankee fans. That sounds about right. But they're getting out-coached. They're getting out-hit. I don't know why they put they're putting Scott Kingery at short and continuing to put Scott Kingery at short. Put Cesar Hernandez at short. Put Kingery at his normal position, second base, and that's what he's been playing ever since he got here. Now he gets here, he's trying to adjust to a new role at shortstop. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Right.
He drops a ball with there should have been a double play ball, and what was it, the second or third inning of that one game?
That's the second game, yeah.
Yeah, and leads to 3 runs. That was game after that. Drop that ball. Everybody's safe. Leads to 3 New York runs. That was it.
Right.
That was game. And then last night, it it was crazy because they were down 11-0. I think they got it to about a 4-run deficit, and in comes Hector Neris.
Right. Hector Neris.
This dude's given up. Dude, if you ever look at, the after pitch, you ever look after a hit and look at the strike zone and where the ball is, this dude is throwing it 90 miles per hour right down the middle. Yo, this dude should just throw a fucking soft serve up there.
It's like Bugs Bunny.
It's sad to watch this dude pitch. I have no idea. Even the announcers last night stopped just short of seeing it with this guy. What do they see in him, the Phillies? What the fuck do the Phillies see in him that I don't see?
All right, I was watching to be fair, I was watching some of the game last night because there was nothing better on.
He had it on his
So
other
yeah,
TV?
I was watching it, and I feel like they give him the ball in a game like that because it's not like it really matters anyway because Washington was up by so much.
They're down 4 runs.
Yeah, they want to see what he's got in a non-pressured situation, and he didn't
That's
have
what he had.
much. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they wouldn't have won that game anyway.
Yeah.
But it was fun to see the Phillies, at least make it a game with somewhat of a game because it wasn't within three runs or 4. It wasn't within 3 runs.
Yeah.
So it was okay, I guess, to see them make somewhat of a game out of it. But come up there, I mean, and I'm saying this because it's not the first time I've seen this year with Neris.
Yeah.
Comes in other times we've seen this. It's in a save opportunity, 90 miles per hour, literally right over the middle of the plate. And the hitter hits it out of the park. I've never seen anything like it. They might as well just ask him to pitch in the home run derby in a couple months. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
So
batting practice.
and you might as well just have him pitch batting practice out there. I mean, this dude's throwing like a fastball that's not even that fast. Like if your boy Aroldis Chapman was throwing 100 miles per hour, the way he does,
Yeah.
or that dude on the Cardinals, Hicks or whatever his name is, throws 105 miles per hour and it's right down the middle of the plate like that. That's one thing.
Still hard to hit, but
That's
yeah.
You know how hard that is to hit?
Yeah. I
But
mean,
if it's 90 miles per hour, which is what a lot of these big league guys are hitting, and right over the plate like that, in the MLB, that's gonna get smacked out for a home run.
well, I mean, we were sitting in the best section in Citizens Bank Park.
Diamond Club.
We were sitting in the Diamond Club.
He came in, he shut the door that day.
It took me till that very day, to realize how fucking hard that ball is to hit. You see these balls coming right in. I can't even see the ball. Like, I don't know how these guys can see this ball. It's ridiculous. And the guys make a lot of money to pitch the way they do. And to fuck up as much as Hector Neris does, pitching that ball right over the plate is just, I don't understand it. Like, he has the power, but how are you leaving it wide
At
open
this point,
the plate?
they got to go with Sir Anthony Dominguez to be the closer.
Hands down.
Because they don't
You
have
need to
don't have
put
any-
Sir Anthony.
They don't have anybody else right now. I mean, I would like to go get make a
Right.
trade for that Blake Thielen dude from the A's or Brad Hand from the Padres. But right now, Sir Anthony Dominguez has been better in the 9th inning than anybody, especially given a save opportunity.
Yeah.
You got to roll with him as the closer for now.
Yeah.
And if he blows some saves or whatever, and the thing looks like it's not working out, then go make a deal with the A's or the Padres and say, hey, what do you want for Blake? What do you want for Brad Hand? But
Brad
even
Hand.
if Dominguez pitches well, I do think in order to be a contender, they're going to have to go get one.
And then the other concern is if Neshek is good to go.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt.
Supposedly he pitched that 1 inning well in a rehab stint with Double-A Reading the other night. Supposedly, so you'd have to figure when he's coming back. But
Right.
you don't want to be a closer, and he's not a closer. You'd have to make him as like the 7th.
The setup guy, or
setup
a
guy
backup closer,
or a middle
basically.
relief pitcher, maybe a 7th inning guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
But from my personal point of view, Phillies fans, I don't think your team is in a bad position. On Monday, I thought it was clear that you were just facing the better team. The Yankees are stacked. Their roster is stacked. Like, I mean, you would watch someone come up to the plate. You'd watch Judge come up to the plate. Then you'd see on deck, there's Stanton. And then Stanton would go up to the plate. And then you'd see on deck, there's Sanchez. Then you'd see Sanchez go up to the plate. And then you'd see Miguel Andujar come to the plate. It's just I was just looking down there. I was like, wow, this is fucking comical. Like, how many fucking hitters they have.
that's what I'm saying. It looked as if the Yankees had more hitters.
Yeah.
Like they just got out hit. They were just looked like the better team.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the Phillies aren't a bad team. I've watched them this year. The thing is that, the Yankees beat the Red Sox 8-1 last night.
Yeah.
They beat them 8-1 last night. Now, I think Sale wins today because he's better than Sonny Gray. But it just shows you that the Yankees are just on a whole nother level than everyone else in the MLB, and that's just the way it is. You know, it's not that the Phillies are bad; they just got outclassed. That's just how I saw it. You know, it was a telling series. You know, you had the Phillies go up against championship material. They won a game. You know, how regardless of how they did it, they faced Luis Cessa. They won 3-0.
How about how good Zach Eflin's been
pitched
pitching?
very well.
He's been pitching really well lately too,
Yeah.
leading up to it too.
Yeah.
I know they've gotten a lot of inconsistency out of guys not named Nola and Arrieta, but you know he's really pitched well as of late, and ever since he's come up from AAA,
Yeah.
you know, he started the year in AAA, had a couple shaky starts early, but his last 5 or 6 starts he's been lights out.
Right, and I have to bring up this one thing. Eflin
Okay.
pitched very well, and that brings me up to my next conversation about the Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
And this isn't just a Phillies this isn't just an outsider's, a Phillies fan point of view, because I'm obviously not a Phillies fan, but this is an MLB fan point of view, all right?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Jake Arrieta for a little bit, all
Okay.
right?
All right.
Because Jake Arrieta, he was your key free agent sign in this offseason. He had won a Cy Young Award 2 years ago with the Chicago Cubs,
Yeah.
all right? Now, Jake Arrieta started the season as a baller. Like, he was your best pitcher other than, obviously, Nola by far.
Yeah.
The thing is when he threw his teammates under the bus, it's obvious, and I saw this as a glaring sign. It is obvious that this team does not want to play around him. Because I saw a stat from, I think it was June 12th. Arrieta has given up a total of 14 unearned runs.
Oh yeah, the unearned runs.
14.
Well, that's what I'm
runs.
saying. Like Scott Kingery that one night,
Yeah.
with the error, he should be at second where his natural position is.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
These guys don't hustle for the guy. These guys don't want to play with this guy. The only way that Jake Arrieta gets these guys back to where they were before he threw them under the bus is to bring in a team meeting and apologize one by one to
That's
them.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Like, they do not like this guy. And it's a shame because this guy is a stud of a pitcher. But when you're losing with unearned runs, not a good sign. Because that game where he lost to the Yankees, he only had 3 earned runs.
Yeah, like I said, that double play that
Yep.
Kingery bobbled and everybody was safe led to 3 runs that inning. That was it after that.
And you guys need Arrieta down the stretch. You need him.
We will, yeah.
Yeah, you'll need him. You have Aaron Nola, who's he's filthy. Stuff. I don't even know where he came from, to be honest with you. I have no clue. Arrieta, he's a known stud, but you need him.
I like him. He's a good pitcher, but
Yeah.
just all this inconsistency around him, it's just wow.
Yeah, I don't know when he pitches next. I'll keep a good eye on it, but
Like I said, I don't really know too many guys around the league that too many teams that can show you a better 1-2 punch.
yeah, no.
Maybe the New York Mets, maybe.
Yeah.
Even then, I don't think their guys are pitching as well as Nola.
Well, the Mets have Syndergaard and DeGrom.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy because the Phillies, I predicted them to win 89 games as an outsider's point of view, and they're still on track for that.
This team does kind of remind me of the 06 team.
Yeah.
Maybe the 01 team, maybe.
Yeah.
I predicted coming into the year 85 wins.
85.
85 wins should get you a wild card spot.
It should, especially with how the
85
NL's going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 85 wins should get you a spot in October either way with a chance to move on into the next rounds, whether that's home or away.
Yeah, and I remember Philadelphia Phillies playoff baseball. I've heard of I've seen it on TV. It's loud. Like, I mean,
Very loud. Them fans, they get nuts.
Yeah, it's loud. I mean, that ballpark gets packed. People are excited. It's cold. I mean,
Philadelphia can be a very tough place to play in the postseason.
playoff baseball as a whole is one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah.
And it would be cool. It would be a really good thing to bring it back to the city of Philadelphia for a playoff series too. Yeah. That would be pretty. Even a wild card game.
Even for that's what I'm saying. Even for
Yeah.
a wild card game, right now right now halfway through the year they are projected to be one of the wild cards.
Yeah.
And I think 2 games back from the Braves in the East. So.
Yeah, and the Braves. The Braves have a good team though.
But the Braves have a really good team, and what sucks about that though, if we're thinking like down the stretch, they don't play the Braves again until late September.
Yeah, no.
So that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
They played them 4 times already, and they don't see him again until September.
What's the series so far?
Atlanta won 3 series against us. Phillies won 1.
Okay, so
And they all 2 out of 3, so no sweeps. So what, 5-7.
5-7. Wow. Okay.
Could have been a little bit more, but that opening day game.
Well, that's what I'm saying with the
That
bullpen. Like I don't
That
like that
bullpen.
bullpen moving forward.
Yeah.
Gabe Kapler's curtain opener.
Yeah.
He was like, "Here I am. Now you got
Oh,
me."
jeez.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know what to make of Gabe Kapler. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, he is what he is. He's a micromanager. He's just like Joe Girardi was. I had to deal with it for fucking years with Joe Girardi. And I don't think Joe Girardi was a bad manager, but I hated the way he micromanaged the game because he, like you said, he wants his fingerprints on everything. Well, I think it was actually Tom that said it, but he wants his fingerprints on everything. And it's like, if I make this move right here, it's gonna work out, even if this guy's pitching well. I'm going to still make this move right here because that's the sensible thing to do. No, the sensible thing for you to do is to keep the guy in there that's pitching well. That's exactly what you got to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other night, they let Nola. I was hoping they'd let Nola maybe eight full innings. Maybe the night they won against the Nationals, I was thinking maybe 8 full innings. Maybe a complete game shutout because it feels like it's been forever since we've seen a Phillies pitch a complete game shutout. We used to see it like every week with Holiday, Lee, and Hamels. I mean, Jesus Christ. But I was hoping, and then he gave up a double to a Nationals. I don't remember who the hell the Nationals hitter was.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was just like, and Kapler comes out, and I'm like, one more batter, even though the tying runs at the plate. And they pulled him out. I was hoping maybe, but his pitch count was pretty high up there. Nola's, you don't want to really wear him out too much because, like I said, it seemed like they were always doing that when in the days of Holiday, Lee, Hamels, it wore him out like a rag doll. It just drained him eventually, and it was the downfall of their careers, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you pinpointed it perfectly. You can't really wear out a pitcher, but at the same time, if a game's going well for you and it's pivotal, you kind of need to like soak up your wounds a little bit and keep on grinding.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Gabe Kapler, it's his first year as a manager. I don't think people should really judge him hardcore yet. But there are some major flaws in his game that I've seen, but I would take it with a grain of salt and just let it move on for right now. And if he gets to the playoffs, maybe you got your guy. Who knows? But yeah, basically from what I saw from that Yankees-Phillies series is that the Phillies are 2 or 3 pieces away. And yeah, I mean, they have a decent future. They have a good farm system. I think it's the Braves, Phillies, and Yankees who have the best farm systems. So yeah, I think the Phillies are in the right step, definitely. And I like what I saw, to be honest.
Like I said,
with
Cole Irvin, AAA pitching. The Double-A. Oh, we'll speak about that as the next topic with Tebow.
Yeah.
Because like I watch a lot of minor league baseball. I watch the Blue Claws every couple months because they're the rookie single-A team. When the Reading comes to the Trenton Thunder, I come watch them, see how the prospects are doing. The AAA team. They got De Los Santos, who they got in the Galvis deal with an ERA under 2. Cole Irvin, under 2 ERA, and then Eshelman, an under 2 ERA. All 3 of those pitchers made the AAA All-Star team.
Exactly.
And the talent's there, and they got more pitchers waiting in the wings. They got more hitters waiting in the wings. Randolph, Green, I think the catcher on Reading. I don't remember the dude's name, but
Okay. Yeah, exactly, man. And we have to take our break right now. We are going to come back with Eagles talk after the break. But, yeah, the Phillies are on the right track, and I like where they're going. But we'll see you guys right after the break, and we will be right back.
all right.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
And we are back here on the Hooligans, here to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles after talking about the most depressing Sixers process ever so far. But now we're here to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm here bringing Rob back into the mix, bringing Frank back into the mix, here to talk about our beloved Philadelphia Eagles and what's going on. You know, there's not much to talk about when it comes to Philadelphia.
It's just these next month until training camp, man.
Yep.
This next month before training camp, man. There's just nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, I mean,
exactly. And you know, the Philadelphia Eagles, you know, usually they're a hot topic at this point in the year, but they're not. Like, I mean, you know, we won the Super Bowl, and you know, when you win the Super Bowl, it's like
it's such a weird feeling.
It is. Like, you know, I was telling
it's such a weird feeling.
I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, you know, right now we'd be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, what they should do in training camp and stuff like that. And it's like they're like the last thing on my mind right now. Like, I mean, I'm thinking about everything,
especially with camp not coming up and everything.
Yeah.
Like what is there to talk about?
Like, I'd rather pay attention to UFC than the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like I don't know. I love UFC, by the way, but I'm just like trying to compare like my favorite team to like a fighting event. Like, you know, it's like I don't know. Like, I mean, I think they could go back. I think they could go back to back, but right now I'm not caring about that because it's like, you know, I'm still on cloud nine with this championship.
I'll care about it when training camp preseason gets here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
at this point, it's like, yay, football.
Yay, team.
Yay, birds and Nick Foles book signings and
which
softball games. It's
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Jalen Mills charity event or whatever.
The AO1 game.
Yeah, the audience of one game. You know, this whole offseason was so quiet that Eagles fans, our debate was who is the better fit right now, Nick Foles or Carson Wentz. That's how little people care right now that we had to debate our backup QB versus the perennial starter.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's the thing. Like, I mean, I would just go on Twitter every single day and just be like, who can I fucking piss off today? And I just, like, be like, hey, guys, Foles better than Wentz. And then people would bite at it. It was just so crazy. Like, listen, I love Nick Foles, all right? He is my favorite Eagles player of all time. Right now, in my opinion, the best Eagles QB in history. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, I'm not blind. Carson Wentz is the future of this team. Carson Wentz.
I was having this discussion last night. Who's the best? My Lions fan friend neighbor, who likes the Lions and every other Boston sports team.
Yeah.
But he said, okay, who's the greatest quarterback in Eagles history right now?
Mm-hmm.
I said Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Wentz, you know, he had the season that he had, but he couldn't finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
So until he shows me more, if he comes back, plays like that next year, maybe I'll say Wentz. That would remain to be seen.
Exactly. You know, Carson Wentz does things that not a lot of people can do, and that's the ability to move. And, you know, the only one that does it better than him right now, in my opinion, is Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers, I was talking to my friend the other day, and he was like,
He's got pinpoint accuracy, man.
Yeah, I was like,
it's crazy.
My friend was like, who would you rather have, Rodgers or Wentz? And I'm like, dude, this isn't even a discussion, Rodgers.
Was this in the group chat?
No, it was like
I think we had a discussion about that in the Knights group chat.
Dude, I think so, but Rodgers is the best. In my opinion,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the top 100 it might have been, but we were talking about the top 100 in the top 10.
Where did he fall? Where did Rodgers fall? What?
He was 10th.
He was 10.
Ranked 10th
How?
in the top because he was hurt last year.
Yeah, but Wentz got hurt.
So his
last year.
statistics were down because of it. So
yeah,
he's still a top 5 quarterback in the game. But right now, who would I rather have, Wentz or Aaron Rodgers? I'm gonna say right now Aaron Rodgers.
Uh-huh.
But you're talking about if you're talking about who I would rather have in the long run, who I'd rather have as my guy in the long run, I'm going to go with Carson Wentz because, okay, Aaron Rodgers is what, 35 years old now?
32.
No, he's not. He's got to be mid-30s by
Well, he
now.
came in the league in 2007, so you had 10
No,
years.
he was drafted in 2005. He sat,
Really?
Yeah, he sat for 2 or 3 years behind Brett Favre.
It's been that long already.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then he didn't become a starter until like 08. So
Aaron Rodgers. Like,
I'm pretty sure he's like 35 years old.
I don't think he's that old, but I could be
Aaron
wrong.
Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
I know he's somewhere around 30, but 35.
34.
34.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
34.
34.
So
Wow.
okay, Carson Wentz is 25.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz, you're gonna get 10, 15 years
Holy shit.
of really good football out of Carson Wentz. You're going to get 10 to 15 years out of Carson Wentz.
Holy shit. Yeah,
Aaron,
did you ever see Aaron Rodgers' stats?
what?
Dude, look, touchdown to interception ratio 313 to 78.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. That's ridiculous. And his passer rating's 103.8 for his career.
See, last year his stat line was 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, quarterback rating of 97.2, total passing yards of 1,675.
How did he only win one title?
Because of his injury. If he had played the full season, he probably would have been ahead of Wentz. So
I mean, how did he only win one title? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That guy's godly.
I know, right? The team gave up on him in the NFC Championship game the one year against Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
That wasn't his fault. The whole team gave up that day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, what else? What else was it? 2011. I still can't believe how that happened.
Which one?
The Giants going into the Lambeau and
That was
winning that one year.
yeah, where they no, wait. Yeah, they beat Brett Favre.
No, they beat Aaron Rodgers in 2011 too.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that because Green Bay was like
they were 15
They
and
were
1.
15-1 that year. I still can't believe how that happened.
Yep. Yeah, that was insane. They did the Hail Mary at the halftime.
Yeah.
I remember watching that. Yeah, it's just so crazy, man. Like, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles, you know, they're in a prime position. I feel like they got better, so there's no reason why they can't at least get back to the title game, the NFC title game. But, you know, the NFL's so tricky. They just never know. And now that Aaron Rodgers is coming back, Russell Wilson's coming back, and he always kills us.
Yeah.
You have Matt Ryan
Do
looking
we play
for
Seattle next year or no?
Next year?
Yeah, I know we don't. We play the Rams.
Yeah, we play the Rams.
Okay, yeah, we play the Rams.
Yeah, you know, the Rams, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, the Philadelphia Eagles, to me, like,
They're obviously a better team than last year's.
yeah, definitely. And, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles, though, we're still on cloud nine as fans. Like, let's be real. Like, if you guys, if someone says that they realize that we won the Super Bowl and we moved on from it, like, get the fuck out of here.
We're not going to
We're
move
not
on.
going to move on from that.
No, it's just not happening. We're still on cloud nine. And, you know, when the season starts, this is how I'll know when the next season starts. I'm going to tell you right now. When I'm sitting in my seat and Atlanta drives down the field and scores on us, then I'll be like, yeah, the season just started. Because now it's back down to cloud.
But what if we scored first against Atlanta?
I'd still be on cloud nine.
Still be on cloud nine, even with the shutout. If we manage to pull it off, still on cloud nine after the shutout.
Yeah.
Against Atlanta.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
we're still winning. You
All
know,
right.
once we lose our first game, then I'll be like, all right. Yeah. We went on a streak. We went on a streak to end the season last year, and it was a pretty good one. But yeah, when we lose and it brings back the heartbreak, yeah, that's when I'll be like, yeah, the season's started. Let's move on. But other than that, you know, I'm just so proud of the team. I'm so proud of the team of how everyone's holding. Everyone's like, you know, it's just such a great story and a great team. You know, it sucks we had to get rid of LeGarrette Blount, but at the same time, you know, he brought in some good pieces. I'm not really liking the Michael Bennett signing, but you know, if he could get some sacks, help the team out, I don't give a fuck about his off the field issues. I really don't. Like, he can make books and all this shit. I don't care. Just fucking play the game of football. Shut up, and just do what you got to do. And then we'll go back to back. Everyone's happy. Tomato. There you go. What do you got to say about it, Frank?
I mean, I'm just waiting. I'm just ready for the season to begin. I'm ready. I can't wait to see. I mean, as the season gets closer, I know the big talk is going to be the running back core. Who's going to go where? Ooh, what's going to happen with Josh Adams? Ooh, what's going to happen with Wendell Smallwood? Ooh, what about Donnell Pumphrey? it's gonna be entertaining to see that storyline.
Donnell Pumphrey.
Donnell Pumphrey.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Donnell Pumphrey just because I was telling my talking to my friend in the group chat. I told him that I really wanted Jamal Williams, and they picked Donnell Pumphrey 2 picks ahead of Jamal Williams getting drafted. And that really pissed me off because Jamal Williams was really good in DraftKings last year, and he was a stud.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, you know, we really haven't been really bleak on the draft. Like, I mean, Sidney Jones is coming back this year.
Yeah.
That's a big one. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but at the same time, it's like, all right, I know the big talk is like, oh, how's Dallas Goedert gonna do in the league? How's he going to do his rookie year? Is he going to be successful? Oh, what about the rugby guy? Ooh, is the rugby guy going to be really good?
Can't wait for him.
That'll be entertaining to watch. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Jordan Mailata. I'm very curious.
I think Josh Adams makes the team. That dude's a stud.
Josh Adams.
I think he'll make the team.
Yeah. Well, I know we have Richard Rodgers from Green Bay.
Yeah. I think
they ran a lot of 3 tight end sets last year. I think.
Yeah.
Him, Goddard, and Ertz will be just fine there. He'll get some. He'll catch some passes. I think he'll play a Trey Burton kind of role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's obviously the 3rd best tight end on the team.
Definitely. You know, Dallas Goedert. I don't know. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about Dallas Goedert. Like, I mean,
he has some fucking hands.
He does have hands.
He has some hands.
I didn't watch many South Dakota State games last year.
I don't think anybody.
I don't think anybody did.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only time you would see a South Dakota State game is when they were like in the playoffs
against James Madison or something like that.
Against James Madison or North Dakota State.
Yeah.
But the only thing I know is that I've seen some footage of like the South Dakota State, North Dakota State games when Wentz was a QB over there, and both of them run very similar systems. So I think Goddard's going to fit right into the Eagles scheme, especially when Wentz will be back under center once he's good to go. So it'll be entertaining to see what Dallas can do. I love the pick. It was either when it came down to the Titans, it was either going to be Mike Gesicki or Dallas Goedert. So I'm like, all right, one or the other. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I was really excited when they got
I was too. Like, when they traded back, you know, I was really tired because we were the last pick. And then I saw that they traded the Baltimore Ravens. I was like, what the fuck? I was at this bar till like 12 o'clock at night, and I was like, damn. I knew they were going to trade this pick. And Baltimore Ravens got Lamar Jackson for that pick. So it wasn't,
they did, yeah.
You know, good for them. But, you know, it just felt like that the Eagles weren't really pinpointing someone.
Yeah.
Like, they just wanted a piece. And they just wanted someone that fit the offense. And
yeah,
they could have
that's what that's what it looked like. Everybody's like, and I was looking at the Twitter feeds, and I'm like, it's these fans coming out of the woodworks like, oh, let's draft Lamar Jackson. Stop, just stop. We already got our guy in Carson.
Why would you want that?
And Nick Foles isn't. Well, we didn't know at the time if he was going anywhere, but at this point, it was like, yeah, he's staying because. Had we traded Foles, we would probably moved up a couple slots in the draft. But at this point, it was like there's no point of getting another quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing I like about this Philadelphia Eagles team. You have Nick Foles go on to national TV and say, listen, I would love to play. Yes, I would love to go somewhere else and play, but I'm going to be here for at least one more year in this uniform, and I want to make the best of it.
Yeah.
That is why I love Nick Foles, because Nick Foles – he's just that player that you've dreamed of having on your team. And he's a winner on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, he's not only is he a good locker room guy, but he's a champion, and he's a historic player in the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. You could build a statue right next to Rocky, and everyone would forget about the Rocky statue. Like, that's how big of a moment that was. And I don't think people understand that. Just people are so caught up on how good Wentz did last year that they want to forget exactly about who won the Super Bowl for us, you know. And, you know, I keep going back to that conversation because I know that these people are still on cloud nine and they don't think it happened. But once they see that Nick Foles is on the field next to Carson Wentz next year and not playing, they'll be like, wow, this guy's actually sitting the fucking bench. And that's just –
I don't think he has that mindset. He wants to start.
Oh, he definitely wants to start, but he knows that Carson Wentz –
But he doesn't want to be the guy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be the guy that says, hey, listen, I won you guys the Super Bowl. I'm going to start on this team. Like, he's not going to say that.
Run every single play as an RPO. But I definitely know that Nick Foles will not do that.
No, Nick Foles.
And he knows it's Carson's team. He knows that. He understands that.
Like he's not the kind of guy that's like tries to make you feel bad. He's like, listen, you guys never had a Super Bowl before I got here, and now you do. So
Yeah.
I'm the guy. Like he's not like that,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a very nice guy. I wanted to go to his book signing. Unfortunately, I can't. But I would have loved to. You know, I would have loved to meet the guy. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm happy with seeing him. Week 1, seeing him hopefully play a series. I pray he plays a series. But you know, we'll see. You know, I think. See, personally, in my opinion, I think they should put him in the first series, have him play, and then pull him after that, and then put in Carson Wentz. That's what I think they should do. That's what I think they should do.
That would be nice.
What, for the ovation?
Yeah.
Well, the first preseason game against Pittsburgh?
New England.
No, the first home preseason
home
game
preseason?
which is against
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right.
There's, Carson Wentz is not going to play that game, right?
Right.
Nick Foles will start, guaranteed.
Well, yeah.
He'll get his
No.
ovation that day.
I know what you're saying, but I want him to get his moment on national TV, where everyone's just clapping for him. Like no matter what he does that series, he could have one of the worst series ever. I would just put him out there for the first series.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah.
And you know, in that moment, it's just bigger than football.
Yeah.
You know, have everyone just clap for the guy
Yeah.
and just thank like everyone thank him all at once.
Yeah.
And then the next series, go in once.
If that were to happen, just chills.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even lead him out the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things would just be amazing.
Or maybe doing something prior to the game when they do the banner raising.
Have him unravel it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, so many potentials on what we
there's
could
a
do
lot
for
of
opening.
No, the best way to do is invite Donovan to the game, put him in a club box.
Dawkins, maybe Dawkins does it.
Yeah, Dawkins comes back. There's so many things you can do with this banner.
Yeah.
There's just so many things you can do, and it's gonna be such a great experience.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I am excited for just opening day.
Yep.
Just can't wait to see
I
what's gonna happen.
I don't usually go down to that parking lot really early. I might be there at like 12 o'clock
Yeah.
that day.
All right.
Because there's gonna be like concerts and like stuff like that. And, like,
Concerts.
This is
and
going to be crazy
tailgate
for a
cruise.
tailgate.
Yeah.
That's gonna. It's
it's gonna be insane.
it's going to be like nuts. Nuts. That's going to get.
Like we're going to Canton for
The Hall of Fame game.
the Hall of Fame game because we're seeing Dawkins get enshrined.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because I've never felt this way about the Philadelphia Eagles in my life before.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like I always want to see exactly what happens with the team and free agency and stuff like that. This year's just different because we finally won it, and it's like you're waiting for the next big thing.
What's going to happen next? Are we going to win the other one? What's going to happen after that?
Are we gonna fuck?
Are we going to screw up?
Can't believe that Des Bryant ain't been signed yet.
I somewhat can. I'm not really shocked by it because apparently he's a huge scumbag.
Well, I know that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But
A talented scumbag.
A very talented scumbag.
I think he wants to play in the East, and nobody in the East wants him.
No.
I mean, one thing's for sure. He ain't coming here.
Yeah.
We got our guy as a number 2 receiver.
As hilarious as it'll sound, like I would like to see Des Bryant in uniform just out of pettiness. Just
to the Cowboys.
To the Cowboys. just for him to be petty, and then and for some crazy reason, if they sign him and he stays for the year, and if the Eagles repeat, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening. To be honest, with the Eagles picking up, as you said, they already got their guys. They already got the receivers they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to add more.
No, not at all. And you know what? With Wentz coming back, with his dynamic play last year at least, with the talent that we have acquired, we have Mike Wallace now, a deeper threat than Torrey Smith. It shouldn't be a problem. It's just, can his knee stay healthy? And that's basically the question that we've been asking all offseason, But if he doesn't stay healthy, we always have Nick Foles. And
There's always Nick Foles.
Exactly.
And Foles we trust.
So we're in a good position.
Yeah.
We're in a really good position. But other than that, I'm actually going to move on to our last and final topic because there's kind of a lot to talk about in this topic.
Yeah, jeez.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
with all the craziness going on.
All right, so enough about the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to talk about the other opponents in the NFC East. Janoris Jenkins this week was in the news.
Yeah.
Janoris Jenkins was in the news. They found a dead body in his house down in, I think it was Florida.
Forgot about
It was
that.
it was up in Fairlawn.
Oh, it was in Fairlawn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they found a dead body in his house, and then his brother got arrested, which I think is really fishy because what is a dead body doing in your house? Did you let your brother put it there, or did he just sneak it in there? Or did you do it?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I want to know, and your brother's covering up for you. It's just a little fishy because the Giants are such a scumbag organization that, they let their players do whatever the fuck they want, and then their fans are like, oh, he didn't do it, even though they have, they know nothing about the situation.
Yeah.
They just say he didn't do it because they like the guy. Well, if the guy killed somebody, he's a murderer, and he should go to fucking jail.
He should go to Scumbagville.
Scumbagville, exactly. But the Giants are just like, I just want to petty the Giants. Like, I fucking hate the New York Giants so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't stand. I know a lot of people don't like the Dallas Cowboys. I guess it's understandable. I never really got it. But the thing is, the New York Giants they just leave such a bad taste in my mouth. Like, every single time we beat that team, I just celebrate. I love it because their fans are just. I don't know if it's the water up there, the air up there. Their fans are just obnoxious assholes.
Oh,
Like they really are. It's like Cowboys fans are easy to pick on because they're laughable and they're trolls. But the Giants fans try to fucking hurt you. Like, they, talk about your moms and, stuff like that. Like, it's just – I mean, I go up there every year. I'm going to go up there this year. But, it's just every single time I've had an interaction with a Giants fan, they're just fucking asshole. Like, I bet this one Giants fan in front of me last year, he said that Nick Foles wasn't going to score on a touchdown on this opening drive. And I was like, oh, I'll take that bet. It was a beer. Yeah. As soon as Nick Foles threw it to Nelson Aguilar in the back of the end zone, he handed me $10. It was the best thing ever because I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then I asked him about if he liked Ben McAdoo, and he's like, "Well, Ben McAdoo's going in his little white van now to some playgrounds right now."
Yeah.
So, he talked mad shit about it.
The one thing I'll miss about Ben McAdoo is the jokes about him, because I frequent Reddit here and there, and
all the memes.
They do an annual roasting of Ben McAdoo, and it's the funniest thing ever because all these jokes, it's hilarious. One of my favorite ones is Ben McAdoo looks like the guy who shows up at a workplace party, going after the donuts and reaching his hand saying, "Oh, don't mind if I do."
Yeah. No, dude, I don't see the thing.
Some Phillies news.
Oh boy.
Hector Neris has been optioned back to Lehigh Valley, and Mark Leiter Jr. has been recalled.
Really? Yeah.
There
Sweet.
we go.
That's some very good news.
Even I clap for that. Hector Neris is like a single ball
he was
player.
awful.
Oh,
He belongs
jeez.
back in AAA.
Yeah.
But, they won't designate him for assignment because nobody wants him. Once anybody looks on film and sees, how he pitches and how he is, nobody's going to want
Well, I mean,
that.
the Yankees do need a water boy.
Maybe the Yankees can claim him off waivers to become the new water boy.
Yeah, it's possible. Or bat boy.
Or the bat boy.
Since they don't have a dog like the Thunder do.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
They don't use bat dogs up there.
No, they don't. It's all commercial. But, I mean, going back to the other point, NFC East talk. Yeah, Ben McAdoo, and that's fucked up. I'm
just reading all these.
Now,
roasts. It's hilarious.
Ben McAdoo, I heard a story the other day, and I think I showed Kyle. He was on his way down
sign
the
a
turnpike
contract.
to sign a contract to become the Eagles' next coach.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And somewhere on the turnpike in his
He was in a
limousine-
limo, I might add you.
in his limousine.
Yeah.
The Giants called him.
Offered him what he wanted.
Offered him what he wanted,
Yep.
and he pulled into some rest area along the turnpike, turned around, and went up and signed that contract and became the Giants' next head coach.
I'm so glad that happened.
I'm so glad that
That's
was a blessing
crazy.
in disguise.
That would have made Chip Kelly look like a good hire.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, that would have been fucking.
But then
This
all the
assholes.
Eagles fans would have all the brunt of the Ben McAdoo jokes.
Yeah, but I could
Like,
still do it because
yeah.
Ben McAdoo is just. You
Yeah.
just take a look at it. Like what? Am I the
But
only
to
one
be
that
honest with you-
fucking realized this? The guy in his first season had like a normal hairdo. In his second season, he has
Yeah.
this weird ass fucking
Yeah.
greased back look with this mustache that is like a porn
Yeah,
star.
but to
in
be
the
honest
80s.
with you, I don't even think last year with the Giants was McAdoo's fault. All McAdoo's fault.
Didn't help.
It didn't help.
It didn't help.
It didn't
but,
help.
You know, he was being dealt, garbage there. Jerry
Yeah.
Reese was a terrible
The
GM his
best-
last couple of years there.
The best thing with Ben McAdoo
being
last
real.
year is someone in a press conference asked him, "What did you tell the guys at halftime?" And he's just like looking around the room because he didn't
Yeah.
tell them anything.
Probably not. I don't
I
doubt
mean,
it.
he looks like the manager of a failing Kmart store, and
I said Wendy's.
ooh, even better.
Yeah.
Like he failed the Giants, and he failed basically his Wendy's or Kmart store. Like it's everything about this guy is just unsettling.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
He's like the fucking creep in that movie. Fucking, I don't even know. Like, it's
No, but Jerry Reese was a terrible GM those last couple of years.
probably
for
the
them.
worst, and
He
I was
was
happy
horrible.
about it. I was so happy
Dude,
about
I
it.
remember I was so happy. I was watching that draft the one year. I was
Yep.
so happy when
Eli
they took
Apple.
Eli Apple. I was laughing. I was laughing so hard when I saw that. Oh my god, dude! They already had DRC and Prince Amukamara, I think it
Yeah.
was,
The-
and they took Eli Apple.
Eli Apple.
I was crying,
Dude.
dude. It was so funny.
Dude, when they chose Eli Apple, like some of the YouTube video makers on Giants, like he was like, "You choose fucking Eli
Was that
Apple."
Bad Dog?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, "We need a linebacker like a
He
motherfucker."
went in.
And then he was like, "He chose Eli Apple, who he could have got in
Eli
the second
Apple.
round."
Dude, and he was a late first-round pick too.
Yeah.
Eli Apple.
It's so funny, man. Giants fans crack
He's
me
from
up.
around here too, I think.
Yeah, he's from Voorhees. I
Yeah, it's
believe.
around here.
He was an
Yeah.
Eagles
Yeah.
fan growing up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Did they
Oh.
cut him yet?
Eli Apple.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
no.
Well, I don't think he. I think they would have to wait another year to cut him.
I hope he stays there forever.
Me too. Who else did they take? They took Eric Flowers to 1 year,
Eric
ninth
Flowers.
overall. I didn't think that was that bad of a pick.
Their one pick that
I
they
thought
got
they
right was
reached-
OBJ.
Yeah, I thought they reached for Eli Apple a little, or not. I know they reached for Eli Apple.
Yeah.
But Eric Flowers, I thought they reached for him a little bit, but I didn't think that was that bad of a pick. That was a horrible pick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the New York Giants are just in my opinion, they're still in disarray. Like they
Yeah.
got Saquon Barkley, which fucking pains me because the guy's good, but. You know, I still look at their team, and I don't know. Like, they still have Eli Manning, who they're still banking on to win them all
Yeah.
these types of games. And I'm like, dude, the dude's close to 40. Like, how long are you gonna
Right.
go with this terrible QB who's
I'm shocked
aging even
I'm
more?
shocked he came back this year.
Yeah.
Because
Well, he
new
threw-
head coach, new offense.
Well,
he
he-
came back.
well,
I'm
'cause
shocked.
The
Actually,
reason why he came back, and I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, the reason why he came back is because he knows that he has the stuff that can beat our team. Because last year he shredded us for 400 yards in the second game, and the first
did they win?
they almost did, and then the first game we got
Did they
lucky.
win?
No, they didn't.
Okay,
win.
then there you go. They
Yeah.
didn't win. But once the Eagles caught on to them slant passes they kept throwing,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that their team was shut down in the second half of that second game.
yeah.
Because it took them a game and a half to finally catch on to the slant passes over the middle that they just kept running and kept running.
Right.
Finally, the Eagles caught on to it and shut them right down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there were some big games and big opportunities last year. Like when we faced Dallas and we just destroyed them in Dallas.
yeah.
Like, I mean, that was just
That was
That
great.
was amazing.
it was awesome. Like I was just in my friend's basement just watching. I think it was with you.
Yeah, I was with
And
you. Yeah.
it was the most easy game I've ever seen. I think we were up by. I was actually mad at halftime.
You were mad at halftime because the Eagles weren't really playing that good. But then
No.
it got so easy in the second half. Like,
Yeah.
that's too fucking easy, dude.
Yeah.
Screaming. But it got easy.
Yeah. I think we won what 38.
37-9.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Wow. That's like a complete different like outlook. That was crazy. Like
yeah.
I don't even like we lost the year before in overtime. I remember when Dak Prescott threw it to Jason
Jeez.
Witten in the end zone. He's wide open, and I was so disappointed that after
I've
that
never
game.
been so mad at a game like the last minute of that game. That
Yep.
game could have been ours.
They ran right down the field.
Yeah.
And especially with the 2 timeouts we had left with like 20-something odd seconds, I'm like, you got to take the timeouts. And if you at least sack him like at least 2 more times, you would have been in a good position to like even throw a game winner, kick a game winner, but just ran it out and let them run down the field. And that was
the highlight of the day.
Yeah, that was not a fun.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Like, I mean, Cowboys fans, they don't deserve any happiness in their life, and that was just so disappointing to see that.
Yeah.
Like, Cowboys fans are just like, the trolls. Like, I mean, I wanted to troll them. I wanted to go down to Dallas Stadium, like, one of these years and just wear a big sombrero and, like, paint it green and hopefully make TV. But, I mean, I don't know. I think they're just born to be trolls because they have no idea what the fuck is going on down there. I do want a good rivalry back with the Dallas Cowboys because I don't think there is one. That's me personally. I just don't think there is one because they're irrelevant and we're champions. But I mean, it would be nice for the Cowboys to be good again so they could go back and forth with us. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Like, I don't get the people from the 80s having such beef with the Dallas Cowboys because in my lifetime, the Dallas Cowboys have always been mediocre. Like, I never really got that sense of the rivalry. Like, back when Dallas always used to be us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like with the Red Sox and the Yankees. You know, this year, this rivalry's
but
back.
you guys have actually, on both sides, have actually won championships in recent.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But, yeah, the rivalry is back in full force because we're both very good.
Yep.
And the thing is, if the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles were both good at the same time, that game would be probably one of the most watched games.
Well, that's back because, the Red Sox, Yankees battling it in the standings.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing with the Dallas Cowboys is their owner just doesn't have it anymore. You know,
he doesn't. No.
Yeah, my friend actually texted me. Who's a Dallas Cowboys fan. And he said the only way the Dallas Cowboys will win a championship in the near future is if Jerry Jones dies. That's what he told me. He does not like Jerry Jones whatsoever.
A lot of them don't like Jerry Jones.
Yeah. It was the same thing with Al Davis in Oakland.
With their fans, and maybe I'll get into the trash talking kind of per se I used to do on YouTube, but then when the Cowboys had that good year in, 2016?
Yes.
When they had that good offensive line, Zeke and Dak, and I think
Jerry Jones
was, he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Who?
Jerry Jones?
Yeah, he's all.
He was put into the Hall of Fame the year after that,
he's 5 titles,
Yeah, and they were like, oh, yeah, Jerry Jones is the greatest. Jerry Jones assembled this. Jerry Jones is a living legend. Jerry Jones is the best. A year later, they're like, man, fuck Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones ain't good. And Jerry Jones is like, it's just straight flip-flopping at its finest to watch these people spew bullshit every couple times you go at it with these people. 1 minute, Jerry Jones is a living legend. 1 minute, Jerry Jones is a bum. 1 minute, Jerry Jones, like get the hell out of here.
You know what it is? It's denial because they want Jerry Jones to be the answer because that's all they have.
Yeah.
All right.
And they know that he's not. He's not just going to voluntarily give up his stake in the team.
And they want him to do well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to look at the bigger picture and realize that he's only going to cost you more years, and you're going to eventually get older to where you can't celebrate.
Well, they don't
anymore.
have a GM. He's their GM.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't won since what, 95?
Yeah.
Technically 96, but I'm going to say 95.
Yeah.
But that's a long fucking time. I mean, I was fucking 3 years old. I'm going to be 26 this year. That's a long time. And these people are bragging about their 5 Super Bowls like they won it yesterday. I'm like, no, the fuck you didn't. You sound stupid.
It's like the one guy who shows up at his high school wearing his old raggedy-ass varsity jacket with the state titles from 1960s. Like, yeah, we're still the best. We're still the best. This team's still the greatest.
And he has a big bald head. And
big bald head, but he shows up at the dance.
And he's like, I need a beer.
Yeah, and he's trying to hit on everybody. He's like, hey, sweetheart, look at me. I was a 4-time state champion. I ran for 4 touchdowns in a game.
It's true.
It's true.
It's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like, just shut up about it. Come on.
Yeah. That's why people are so annoyed about the Dallas Cowboys. It's because of their fans. It's not about the team. No one gives a fuck about the team. Nobody does. It's because of their fans. Their fans do a good job trolling other fans, and that's why they're so relevant, in my opinion.
And then when they get upset, it's like, oh, we got 5 Super Bowls. Shut up. Just shut up about it. Nobody cares.
Exactly. It's just so annoying, but,
it's ridiculous.
They'll come to the link wearing their vintage, Emmitt Smith jersey.
Yeah, the Emmitt Smiths, and then you got a guy walking in with a Staubach, and it's like, come on.
And fucking Michael Irvin.
Irvin, and and the Jason Witten's and Tony Romo's.
Now they keep blaming us for fucking laughing at him when he got
Yeah.
hurt, and we weren't laughing at him. People don't know the story behind that. Fucking Deion Sanders was doing the rain dance off at the side. That's what we were booing,
Yeah.
and people thought we were booing Michael Irving.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? We wouldn't boo someone that's on the ground like that. That's fucked up, or maybe we would.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think there was a little bit of excessive cheering after it became apparent that
he got paralyzed.
no, that he was hurt.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
once it was obvious that the injury was serious and he wasn't getting up, I didn't hear any cheering.
Yeah,
It
that-
was silent in that whole stadium.
but you know,
So-
yeah. But I hear that the vet was a completely different animal.
It
Like-
was. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean,
I never attended an Eagles game there, but I've attended a couple Phillies games there. But it's completely completely different than any Eagles game you could have seen at the Vet.
Yep.
But yeah, the Vet was just a totally different stadium compared to what the Lake
Yeah.
is now.
We got a comment from Philly 500. What's up, Philly?
Oh, what's up, Philly 500, my boy?
How you doing? All right, he's like, what did Mark Holmes do now?
Who's that?
It's a Cowboys video maker.
Oh.
He's like one of your bigger ones. He's if you looked him up on YouTube, you'd click onto his video, you'd watch 10 seconds of it, and be like, "Yep, I'm going to read a book." That's he's
Mark Holmes.
he's the biggest troll of Dallas Cowboys fans you'll ever see in your
I don't
life.
even
So-
know these
so he's
people
like-
anymore.
He
This
says Dak
just
is better
nuts.
than Wentz, and like
How many subs does
Oh,
he have?
geez.
like 10,000 plus.
24,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't even know who that
jeez.
is.
yeah, yep.
All right, I'm subbed to him now. I didn't know who that was.
The Vet was a war zone. I love the Vet. That's what Philly 500 just said. Yeah,
It was.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
It killed Scott Rowland's career, though.
Scott Rowland was a bum to every kind of extent, and and just like Mike, I would put him in the Michael Irving kind of category.
Scott Rowland?
I have no sympathy for him at all.
No, you
No,
like,
I don't.
You don't like
I
Scott?
hated Scott Rowland. Are you kidding me?
He's a good third baseman.
That dude
He was
cried and
good,
cried
but-
and cried.
Did not like him.
He cried his way out of town.
No, my dad went to a Phillies game one time just to like pass the time at the Vet, and he said when he got his drink, he saw a big ass rat just go across the aisles.
I saw a mouse run across a ramp at Yankee Stadium when I went there, the old stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, from what I remember about the Vet, it was not really a nice stadium.
No.
But from what I heard, and I've been there before, so from what I remember, it was not really a nice stadium.
Yeah.
The old Yankee Stadium was the worst stadium I've ever been to.
Really?
Anywhere, yep.
Shocking.
I've never been to Giant Stadium. I heard
Yeah.
Shea Stadium was worse than the old
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium.
No. Oh, Shea Stadium. I've never been there, but I heard it was bad.
I heard that was awful. But City Field's oh my God, walk in the park compared to Shea.
City Field. I've been there.
I've been there
three
three
times?
times, I think.
I think it's a good ballpark.
I think it's a really
I
nice
haven't
ballpark.
I haven't been to City. I've been to the new Yankee Stadium.
How do you
I've
how
been
do you
to
like
New
it?
and Olds.
It's I mean it's nice, but it's not the same though. Like other
Not the
Yankees.
noise
yeah,
wise,
yeah.
like the noise wise.
Not the noise wise, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like I always wanted to go to the old Yankee Stadium, but like going to the new Yankee Stadium, it's like losing your virginity to a hooker.
Hooker, yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's nice, but it's like it's not doesn't feel right.
No, right. No, and it's understandable, but like that place gets loud during the playoffs. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
It
if,
does.
if
yeah.
you watch it on TV, it's like, yeah, it's like, wow, it's nuts. And I was there for the wild card game when Didi Gregorius hit the game tying shot in the bottom of the first. I couldn't hear myself talk. It was ridiculous, and that's what I want back.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the Yankees, though.
Yeah.
You know, if you win your division, that's what you're going to get in a 5, eventually 7-game series.
Yeah.
You get that in a 1-game playoff series with all that talent.
It gets
home or
dicey, yeah.
You guys are probably playing at home, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it gets
if that
dicey. We'd
happens.
probably play the Astros, but the Astros didn't.
No, in the wild card game.
Yeah, we'd probably play the Astros, I think, or Seattle.
Seattle, but how
Yeah.
many games up would that be?
5.
5.
The wild card.
Yeah, the wild card.
It's a single game elimination.
No, but you got to be up a certain amount of games for home field.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. We'd have to. Yeah, we'd have to be the one wild card. They'd
Okay,
be the
but-
two. Yeah.
But still, though, I'd rather have that in a 5, eventually 7-game series than have
Well,
that
yeah.
in a single elimination game. Where if you win, it's win or go home.
Yeah,
and
we
win one game.
I want home. I want home.
Same
field
like
advantage.
with my Phillies right now. If the Phillies are going to make the playoffs, I'd rather it be in the division series because what we had from 2007 to 2012 ish, what we had back then.
Yep.
I want that back.
Yeah.
You play some playoff baseball down at Citizens Bank Park. It's crazy. It's nuts.
I heard it's
It's
loud.
really
I've never
nuts.
been to a game, but
Oh, yeah.
I heard it's loud. Yeah, it's like one of a kind. Like I mean, that's where that's where Philadelphia fans as a whole need to like show up and support their team. Like, I mean, we brought up the whole point that like there were a lot of Yankee fans there on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and they packed the house, like completely packed the house.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
The Phillies fans are going to show up too whenever you got a team like that coming.
Yeah.
But
And then the Nationals game last night, it's like it went back to what it was.
no,
And
there
it's
was a
like,
good crowd there last night, but it was fireworks night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was fireworks nights. There was a pretty. I would like because like they were getting killed at one point, 11-0 in the fourth inning, and then when it got to 17-7, and they were still all there. It still looked like it was like sold out almost. I was like, damn.
Right.
But
no, I mean, yeah, you pack that house, and it's a majority of Philadelphia fans. Yeah, you're gonna get something loud. Like it's gonna be pretty crazy there.
yeah,
It's gotta be. But yeah, I mean, what else am I gonna say? It's playoff baseball.
Yeah.
Playoff
Yep.
baseball in Philadelphia. I couldn't even imagine it. That was such a long time ago. That was like what, 6
years ago.
6 years ago already? Yeah, but you know what? Going back to these Cowboys fans, you guys got a lot of work to do this year if you really want to piss me off because, like I said, we're the defending, reigning Super Bowl champions, all right? Never thought I'd ever say that, but we are. And
I never thought I'd say that either.
and
That
for
feels
you-
so good.
and for you guys to piss me off, you'd have to go better than Dak is better than Wentz. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to go a lot better than that. You'd have to, like, get personal to piss me off.
Yeah.
Like that's how irrelevant you guys are. You fucking
Whack
idiots.
Prescott.
Whack Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
That's what I called him for a while. Whack
Rain
Prescott.
Dakota Prescott.
Philly 500 just said, "Don't worry about Mark Holmes. He's a delusional homer." I'm telling you, go look him up later on. You'll be really shocked. He has like a Houston Texans mug like right in the middle of his console.
What?
Yeah, he has a Houston Texans mug like right in the middle of his console in one video, and people are like, "Are you a Texans fan too?" And he was like, "No, it's just there.
It's just there.
It's just there."
So I might be going to the Phillies game tonight.
Really?
Might, yeah. Fireworks night too.
There you
Now
go.
the last time I saw
Be careful.
the last time I saw a fireworks at a Phillies game, like one of the promotions,
Yeah.
they were down 7-0 to the Reds
Uh-huh.
and came back and won in the 10th inning.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Ryan Howard had the walk-off home run in the 10th inning.
Ryan Howard was good until he snapped his shit.
And he
like,
was never
running
the
down
same
yeah.
after that. And you probably don't even know the player who hit the game-tying home run in the 9th inning that night either.
Game tying home run?
Yeah, Cody Ransom.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Cardinals game.
No, the fireworks night that I was at when they came back down 7-0 back in 2010.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
Yeah, that's the last time I seen a Phillies game with the fireworks promotion or whatever.
Now, Philly 500 asks a question. Do you guys think that the Cowboys will finish in last place?
I think the Redskins will finish in last place.
Yeah.
I agree. I believe that the Redskins will finish last, but going looking at second place, I think the best I could see Dallas is finish is second, but at the same time, it's like it's going to be the Giants at 2, Cowboys 3, Redskins 4.
Right, it has to be.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a crazy year this league because honestly, you look at all the teams in our division and top to the bottom of the rosters, it's like we should win this division easily.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like without a doubt.
I mean, the Giants, I still think that defense is kind of shaky.
Yeah.
What did they do to really improve their O-line?
Well, most of their pieces came back that were injured. That's a
Yeah.
big thing.
But their offensive line, I'm looking at it, it's still shaky.
I mean,
They
they
still
did
gotta
acquire Nate Solder as well from New England.
Ooh,
Nate
the left
Solder,
tackle?
yeah, Nate
Yeah.
Solder, Willie Hernandez from UTEP in the draft. I mean,
Did we talk about the top 100 show?
No.
We didn't? Okay, it's, I guess, right now. I thought of this the other day. Lane Johnson was ranked 96th
Really?
on the top 100 list.
Okay.
Out of all the tackles, and I know there had to be at least 3 tackles named in
Right.
front of Lane Johnson.
Mhm.
If Lane Johnson is not a top 3 tackle in the NFL and the 96th player overall in the league, well, I'm sorry, I must have been watching a different league.
Yeah.
So that dude is arguably the best offensive tackle in the NFL right
Yeah.
now.
Easily.
So if he's not, I must have been watching some other league.
Yeah.
And then Malcolm Jenkins, 95th, he was ranked.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
I thought he should have been higher, but
little bit.
okay.
yeah, but then you have players like I've never even heard of before,
Yeah.
like being ranked ahead of Lane Johnson.
Yeah,
It's-
that's true. That I must have been watching some different league.
Right.
yeah.
Peters was ranked higher, right?
Let me figure that out.
I don't think he was on the list.
I don't think he was.
might have been. Maybe he
Let's
wasn't.
see.
Maybe because he's a veteran, he's been around. Maybe they had him.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I do not think he was on the list
He might not have been.
Let's see.
because he got injured like in the middle of the season.
96. Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't think he's on the list.
No, because he got injured in the middle of the season. That would make sense though,
Yeah.
because he got injured in the middle of the season,
Yeah,
And
that
it
would make
didn't-
sense then.
and
Right.
it didn't.
Yeah.
And it didn't really like affect us. Like I mean, Halapuli Vaitai just went in there.
Well,
and,
he went in there and did his job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did what you need to do.
Maybe he's Big V is more of a left tackle, not a right tackle.
I like Big
Because
V.
when Lane
Yeah.
Johnson went out in 2016, Big V went in there on
Yeah.
the other side, the right side, and he didn't. Oh my God, I have nightmares thinking about what Ryan Kerrigan did to him.
Oh yeah,
that
that was
day.
a tough
He
one.
struggled big time.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got a question, a good question from Philly 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with this one. Who do you guys rate how do you guys rate the QBs in the division? I'll start. All right, number 1, Carson Wentz. Number 2, Nick Foles. Number 3, you know, I'm gonna go Dak.
Really?
Number 4, I'm gonna go Eli. Yes, and then no, I'm gonna go Smith before Eli, and then I'm gonna go Eli last, 5th.
Hmm.
But I got the 2 Eagles quarterbacks going 1 and 2, and that's not a
Right.
troll job. I honestly
I think
believe
yeah, I
that.
think what really like last year's.
Yeah.
I'd put Kirk Cousins over Nick Foles if we're being realistic
right.
here.
Okay.
But I think now with Kirk Cousins being out of the division and you put in 34-year-old Alex Smith,
Yeah.
who might have 2 or 3 years left in him at all,
Yeah.
like you put him in there and a 37-year-old Eli Manning and a Dak Prescott
Right.
who we seen this ain't nothing without a running game.
No.
I think Nick Foles is better than any of them guys
Yeah.
in my opinion,
100%, and he's a winner.
and he's a winner.
What do you think?
Let's see. Ranking wise, I'm gonna go. I mean, Carson and Nick, 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
2, I'm gonna go. And this is where the drop off begins for me. 2, I'm gonna go with Alex Smith.
Okay.
3, Eli. 4, Rain Dakota Prescott.
Okay. Yeah, nobody likes Dak. Well, this is a weird one because of the year before he actually did a decent job,
Yeah.
but he had
Everything fell into place for him that year, so
yeah.
I don't think it was. I mean, part of it was kind of a fluke, but it was like,
I guess this is the year where we'll really see what
Yeah.
he possesses because Zeke will come back. But he does seem like a game manager, like to where he has to make someone else a star for him to fit the scheme.
yeah.
Like so, I don't know. Like, it's a
And
good
you-
question.
And you also got to figure out, like, all right, he doesn't have Dez this year. He doesn't have Jason Witten with him, so he already lost 2 reliable weapons. And then Cole Beasley, your typical third down guy, he's no longer in a Cowboys uniform. So it'll be interesting to see. Not Cole Beasley, who's the other one?
Wide receiver
Yeah, the other white Switzer,
Ryan Switzer.
Ryan
Yep.
Switzer. I thought they traded Cole Beasley.
No, he's
That
still there.
offseason.
He's
All
still
right.
there.
Yeah,
But
who else would
Terrence
they have?
Williams-
if they
Terrence
traded him?
Terrence Williams,
Ugh.
I thought
Tavon
he-
Austin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I feel as if
Yeah.
Tavon Austin's good in the slot, like he's a slot receiver, and they have 2 slot receivers.
Yeah.
They have Cole Beasley. They have Ryan Switzer. I just think that's a
Yeah.
mismatch waiting to happen
Big time.
because he don't have the size. He has the speed, but he definitely don't have the size to be a number 1 receiver.
Right.
So
No, I agree. But it should be interesting. It should be an interesting NFL
that's why
season.
that's what the issue was with the Rams, I think too.
Yeah, big time.
But
Yeah, don't they wait? Did anyone bring up Tavon Austin?
I mentioned Austin. Yeah, they
He
acquired.
mentioned him, yeah.
I
Okay.
mentioned Tavon Austin, which is like, I mean,
He's like, yeah, whatever.
yeah, whatever.
It is what it
But
is.
the one acquisition I actually like is Michael Gallup. I actually liked.
Michael Gallup.
I loved the Gallup pick in their draft. That was the one I liked a lot, especially that and I thought he was going to go in an Eagles uniform in some way, but yeah, I liked what he produced at Colorado State.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Eagles got some studs in the mid rounds of the draft,
did,
and that's how you got to do it with a lot of these. You got to really scout these guys really good.
You got to hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You got to hit the lottery.
That's what they did. You know, who could have predicted we would get the production out of a 5th-round pick in Big V?
Right.
Who could have predicted, you know, a lot of different guys, undrafted Corey Clement.
Yeah.
You know, and they did their work on him too, being from Glassboro and going to Wisconsin and having a pretty good career at Wisconsin too up until he got hurt.
Right.
So they really knew what they had in Clement.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Nope, I agree. And you know what? So what we're going to do today is we're going to wrap up the show a little bit early. It's like 3 minutes left anyway.
Not really much to talk about anyway.
No,
covered a lot of our topics.
We pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, nothing really happening over in free agency as of right now.
Yeah.
Training camp coming up in another month, and maybe in a month that's what we'll talk about when it comes to the Eagles. But right now, there's just not much going on.
And the only other thing is just like the World Cup, and right now Uruguay and Portugal. Uruguay's up 1-0, and we are at halftime.
We're at halftime. All right, so right now I'm going to read off some of our sponsors. Liberty Event Rentals.
Not a sponsor anymore.
Oh, no?
Nope. All right. You know what? I actually have
not a sponsor anymore.
Not a sponsor anymore, unfortunately. But we did mention Gibson Mayer LLC early in the show. Here we go. Scanzano Sports Center, right over here. Scanzano Sports Center. That's one of our
Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
All right. So you got
and then we also have the Sports Outlet on the other side.
Sports Outlet on the other side. Okay, up top. Sports Outlet for all your sports needs. Address 703 Black Horse Pike, Glendoria, New Jersey, 08029. Phone number is 856-939-2030. Website is www.sportsoutletinc.com. Email is sportsoutletnj@comcast.net.
And then we were live at the BMW of Atlantic City Studios, just minutes off the Garden State Parkway. Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And we'll be back next week with some more important shit.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys then.
See you guys then.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out.